Hello friends, welcome to next lecture in kinematics of machines. So today we will be seeing few examples on degrees of freedom. So friends, please stay tuned with this video lecture. Before we begin with this video lecture, I request you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram, also like our Facebook page. The links are in the description. So friends, let us start with the examples on degrees of freedom. So we have already seen what is degrees of freedom. So you can refer to the YouTube iCard which will appear on top right corner in this video lecture. So friends, here we have the mechanism. So first one is 4-bar mechanism, that is number of links are 4. So we take it n as 4, and this is a mechanism because link number 1 is fixed. Also at these 4 joints we have kinematic pairs as p is equal to 4. And since this is a lower pair, that is there is surface contact between the two links at the different joints here, we take s is equal to 0, and also there is no redundant degree of freedom, so we take r is equal to 0. So using Kurzbach equation, that is f is equal to 3n minus 1 minus 2p minus h minus r. So this is the equation to determine the degrees of freedom of any mechanism. So we substitute the values of n and p. So we get this equation, that is 3 into 4 minus 1 because n is 4 minus 2 into 4 because p is also 4. H is 0, R is 0, so I have substituted 0 here. So on simplifying, I get this as 1. So this means this given arrangement or this mechanism has only 1 degree of freedom. Now since this has 1 degree of freedom, we'll check this with Grubler's equation, because Grubler's equation satisfies only when the degrees of freedom of a mechanism is 1. So we have this Grubler's equation. So we have also seen this Grubler's equation in the previous lecture. So you can refer the same YouTube card which is on the top right corner. So here in place of p I have substituted 4, in place of n that is substituted as 4. So this remains 4 as it is. Upon simplifying, so this becomes 12 minus 12, that is equal to 0. So this particular mechanism has degrees of freedom 1, and also it satisfies Grubler's equation. So this is for the first example. The second example, so this is a 3-link arrangement, and this cannot be a mechanism because we have already seen how the degrees of freedom for this will be 0. So the same thing we are seeing here. So when you substitute n, which are 3, that is you have 3 links here, and number of pairs are also 3 at 3 different joints, and h is 0 because it is a lower pair, and no redundant degrees of freedom, so r is also equal to 0. So upon simplifying these values, we get f is equal to 0. So degrees of freedom is 0, so this assembly is a structure. So here this assembly is a mechanism, whereas this assembly is a structure. Now let us go for the next problem. So this is also another important mechanism here. So if you see, this mechanism consists of 23 links. So I have already marked these 23 links. So you can pause the video and count these links. But one thing is here, for link number 1 at this particular point, we have a lower pair. At this point we have a lower pair, but this is in contact with the link number 1 with a roller support, and since roller support has the line contact with the surface, so there is one higher pair present in this particular arrangement of links or mechanism. So we shall see the mobility or degree of freedom of this given mechanism. So once we count here, we have n is equal to 23. We have p, that is number of pairs at these joints, the lower pairs, which are 28. We have one higher pair which is located over here. You can see this pen point. So this higher pair is 1, and there is no redundant degree of freedom. So we have r is equal to 0. So these values we are substituting in this Kurzbach equation, that is f is equal to 3n minus 1 minus 2p minus h minus r. So we have n as 23. So 3 into 23 minus 1 minus 2 into 28, that is 2 into 28 is p, and h is 1, so this is minus 1 minus 0. Upon simplification we get 9. Now how to know whether these n are 23? I have shown here a small explanation. So if you count, there are 5 quaternary links, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. Then there are 13 binary links. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and this is 13. So we have 13 binary links, or you can say joints. So this is not links here, this is joints. So for both these are joints. So this is binary joint and this is also binary joints. Okay. So we have 5 quaternary joints and 3 binary joints. So a quaternary joint is equivalent to 3 binary joints. So this 13 binary joint I keep it as it is, and since quaternary joint is equivalent to 3 binary joints, so I take this as 3 into 5, so this becomes 28. So this way the number of pairs we'll get as 28. So this is the explanation how P is equal to 28. Then upon substitution we will get this degree of freedom as 9. So 9 is the mobility of this particular mechanism. So next we shall see the fourth mechanism. So here this way we have the arrangements. So this is link number 1. So all these pivots are link number 1 which are fixed. So this is link number 2, 3. Link number 4 is a ternary link. That is, it has 3 end connections over here. So this is a ternary link. So link number 4 is a ternary link. This is 5, 6 and 7. So number of links we have as 7. Now we shall count number of pairs. So this is 1 pair, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and this is 8th. So totally we have 8 kinematic pairs. And since this is all lower pair, we have H is equal to 0 and no redundant degrees of freedom, so R is equal to 0. Substitute all these values in this Kurzbach equation. F is equal to 3n minus 1 minus 2p minus H minus R. So we have n as 7, we have substituted here as 7. We have P as 8, we have substituted this as 8. So upon simplification, we get this as 2. So mobility or degree of freedom of this mechanism is 2. We shall go to the next mechanism. Now again here we have two important types of mechanism. So here we have a circular disc, but it rotates not about its center but a point which is at some offset from its center. So this is the point or the pivot at which the circular plate rotates. We have a fulcrum or a pivot or a lever, a pivot over here. So that is link number 1. A small bar or rod is attached, which is link number 2. So as this particular circular disc rotates, there will be oscillatory motion to this particular rod or plate or bar, whatever you take. So this is like a cam arrangement. So we will see more about cam in the further lecture. So now we have 3 links. So this is link number 1, this is link number 2 and disc is link number 3. The disc is joined at link number 1. So this is one kinematic pair. Then we have the rod or this shaft located or connected to this pivot. So this is the second kinematic pair, and these both are lower pair because there is a surface contact. But when this comes into contact with the circular plate, either there is a point contact or a line contact. So there is one higher pair formed at this location. So we take H as 1. So P will be equal to 2. So this is 1 and this is second. So P is equal to 2. And N is equal to 3 because these are the 3 links. So N is equal to 3, P is equal to 2, H is equal to 1. And there is no redundant degree of freedom. So we take R is equal to 0. Substitute these values in the Kurzbach equation. That is F is equal to 3 into N minus 1 minus 2P minus H minus R. So N is 3. So I have substituted this 3 into 3 minus 1. P is 2. So 2 into 2. And H is 1 minus 0. So upon simplification, we get degree of freedom of this mechanism as 1. Now we shall check whether this mechanism satisfies the Grubler criteria or no. So we have the Grubler's equation 2p minus 3n plus 4 is equal to 0. So p is 2, n is 3. So we substitute that in this Grubler's equation. We get this as minus 1. This is not equal to 0. So we can say this mechanism does not satisfy the Grubler criteria. That means a mechanism to satisfy the Grubler's criteria, it is very important that number of links in the mechanism should be even. Even though the degree of freedom is 1, if the mechanism has odd number of links, it will not satisfy the Grubler's criteria. So this is very, very important point to be remembered. So coming to the next problem. So again here we have 4 links. So this is the fixed link. You have a surface and this is the pivot. So both are fixed. So we consider as one single link. There is a second link from this pivot, third link, and you have a circular disc which is the fourth link, and it has a slipping on this particular surface. So if you see, number of links are 4. So we have taken n is equal to 4. Now we shall see number of P, that is kinematic pairs or the lower pair over here. So this will be 1, 2 and this is 3. That is link 2 with link number 1, link 2 with link 2 with link 3, and link 3 with link number 4 at this particular point. So these are the 3 kinematic pairs, and this particular circle or disk has a line contact with this link number 1. So there is a higher pair formed at this particular point or location. So we take h is equal to 1, and there is no redundant degree of freedom. We take r is equal to 0. We substitute these values in the Kurzbach equation. F is equal to 3 into n minus 1 minus 2p minus h minus r. So n is 4, p is 3. So 3 into 4 minus 1 minus 2 into 3 minus 1 equal to 0, minus 1. And this is minus 0. So 9 minus 6 minus 1, and upon simplifying we get degrees of freedom as 2. So this is the mobility of this particular mechanism. So friends, we have few more mechanisms. So you can just try those mechanisms on your own and let me know the degrees of freedom with the problem number in the comment section below. Also, if you don't get how to solve those problems, you can request me in the comment section. I'll try to make a dedicated video on those mechanisms too, so you can have a look at those mechanisms. Here we have 2 kinematic pairs which you can see, one towards your left. So we'll focus on the one which is towards your left. So link number 1 is fixed. So there are 2 pivots at link number 1, where the binary link 2 is forming a kinematic pair with link number 1, and binary link 8 is forming a kinematic pair with link number 1. Then we have another binary link that forms a kinematic pair with the link number 2 and link number 4, which is a ternary link, that is it has 3 connections. Then link number 5 link which forms a kinematic pair with link number 4 and a binary link number 6. Link number 6 forms the kinematic pair with link number 5 and the ternary link number 7. Link number 7 again forms binary pairs with link number 6, link number 4, link number 9 and link number 8. So these are the arrangements. So link number 4 and link number 7 are also connected to the slider A, that is link number 9, which slides. So there is higher pair at that particular point or the location. So you can see that slider, and you can try solving this particular problem using the Kurzbach equation as we have seen in this video. The second diagram also you can see towards your right, having various kinematic links, links and kinematic pairs, and also we have link number 4, 5 and 12 as the ternary links, and all other links are binary links. Then link number 2 and 1 form a sliding pair, link number 8 and 1 form a sliding pair, whereas link number 1 is link number 12 is pivoted to link number 1. So this is that kinematic chain or the mechanism which is located towards your right. So you can try obtaining degrees of freedom for this mechanism. So again, here on the top and bottom you have 2 more mechanisms. So you can just study these mechanisms and obtain the degrees of freedom. Then these are another 2 mechanisms. So you have a 6-bar mechanism over here. So one of the link is fixed, so you can find the degrees of freedom for this particular mechanism. Also one towards your left, you have 1 ternary link and 2 pivots and 1 slider. So you can just obtain the degrees of freedom for this particular mechanism. So these are the 6 mechanisms which you can try practicing at home. So you can just try to solve this using the same Kurzbach criteria, and if you get degree of freedom as 1, just verify whether that mechanism satisfies the Grubler's criteria. So you can just verify those, and you can try to obtain the answers and in the comment section below. So friends, that's all for today in this video lecture. So if you have liked the explanation, please like this video and share this video with your friends. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and also like our Facebook page. The links are in the description below. So friends, thank you very much.